All right. Well, we are being nimble here, and thank you so much, Adia, for being flexible with us. I'm Jason. I'm back. I'm COO of Rev Genius here. I'm so happy to introduce Aditya, the founder and CEO of Avoma. We've worked with Avoma for a while now, so super excited to have you guys on here. And I'm going to hand it over to you, Aditya, and we'll go.
Thank you, Jason. So, always excited to be here with the Rev Genius community. So, and first of all, thank you for your time. I know you have a busy life and you still took this time to learn more what's going on, latest and greatest in our revenue tech space. So, appreciate your time. And we'll make sure that this is worthwhile for your time as well. I'm going to share my screen here. And in a second here. All right, hopefully you should be able to see my screen. Um, Long story short, Avoma, if you're wondering what the heck Avoma means, it's an acronym for a very organized meeting assistant, if you didn't know that. And that's where the journey started. We started 7 years ago. We wanted to build this very comprehensive AI meeting assistant, but we evolved in the last 7 years based on the learnings we had ourselves from our customers. We have now thousands of customers, and based on that, the platform also evolved. Now we are a very comprehensive growth acceleration platform, which automates your note taking, scheduling, coaching, and forecasting. It's a comprehensive platform, so I'm going to show some key highlights, not going to obviously show every single detail, but hopefully you'll learn the key capabilities and then we'll decide to chat more later on as well. And to begin with, obviously, we'll start why we even started thinking about this problem. I'm a obviously CEO founder here, and as an every founder, CEO, or any revenue leader, you're always wondering, how do we grow faster? Every morning I wake up, there's one question I always think about: how do we grow faster, but not at any cost, more efficiently? And when you look at it, even as a Series A startup, we have 60 people in the company right now. The number of tools that we have to purchase, the number of SaaS tools, and we have to juggle between these is just tremendous. And then not only these tools are more, and I have to juggle between these tools, but then you have to manage different relationships. You have to overpay. Every contract is pretty expensive. And at the end of the day, you buy these contracts, annual contracts, and you look at the adoption of these tools, it's still very minimal. You're barely using 10-20% of the functionality. And at the end of the day, you still look at the performance, and there are still some people who are struggling. The tools promise a lot of these things, and they did not deliver to the promises. So I kept thinking about this problem, that how do we really make sure that now, even as a smaller startup or even as a growing company, how do we grow faster but still efficiently and make sure that all of these problems are not there anymore? Obviously, thanks to the AI. I started thinking of this problem in two ways. There are two things. If you wanted to grow faster, but with efficiency was most important thing. And when you think about efficiency, it's all about automation. And you probably heard this term more times now: do more with less. It's easier said than done. How do we improve the productivity of the team? How do you save time? How do you reduce costs? That was definitely always on top of mind as a CEO for me. So efficiency was a big thing. But what if, just if I save the time, it's not going to be enough? If you still just save the time and continue to have bad engagement with your customer, bad interactions with your customer, it's still not helpful. So it's still important that you improve the quality of your conversations. You improve, try to make sure that you're focusing on the right deals or opportunities. You're not wasting your time on the wrong things. So effectiveness was equally important for us to make sure that not only you're saving time, but you're also improving your quality of the conversations as well. And I realized that these are the two sides of the same coin. And so rather than trying to chase one problem, why don't we make sure that we build a solution that will address both these problems, so that people who are on the front line, they're doing all these day-to-day tasks, we are helping them in automating their life, automating, saving their time, and automating their workflows. So when you think about it, meetings, scheduling, all those use cases is where Avoma started building a lot of the workflows to help you automate your end-to-end workflows. But on the other hand, there are leaders, there are managers who want to know what's going on a day-to-day life in your team's workflows, and they want to understand, unlock visibility into their conversations. That's when conversation intelligence, revenue intelligence kind of functionality we started building upon, and we started giving more insights, automating workflows for leaders and managers as well. So when you buy Avoma, essentially it's a one cohesive platform that will help both the reps on the front line, but it will also help the leaders and managers on a day-to-day basis. And today we're going to dive into each one of these very key high-level features and understand what are the core functionalities as well. To start with, let's start with the scheduler use case itself. If you've used tools like Calendly, Chili Pepper, think about you would be able to replace those tools with something like Avoma. And again, this is not something, scheduling use cases is not something new. You have probably seen your today scheduling emails or scheduling meetings through back and forth emails. And now instead of doing that, you get the unlimited scheduling links. Now these are different links for different use cases. You might have a demo related link, you might have a follow up related link, or there might be an interview that you're doing. You don't want to have all the meetings to have the same kind of purpose and agenda in your calendar invite. So you'll be able to customize a lot of these workflows, different durations, different agenda in the calendar invite by having these unlimited scheduling links. But this is still useful only for if you're sending one-on-one links. What if you have a workflow on your website? Now you have your buyers are coming and visiting your website, and now instead of asking you to just fill the form and back and forth doing on email, now you're able to also leverage Avoma's lead routing functionality. Based on the form's inputs and fill, you will be able to route these leads appropriately to appropriate salesperson, and then they can instantly book meeting directly on their calendar. So that way you're reducing the back and forth time and improving the conversion of people who are booking the meeting to actually showing up to your meetings. And so not only now, once you get the leads assigned to your reps, you will be able to also track the performance. What percent of leads are going to which leads or which members of your team, and then how many meetings are being booked, how many meetings are being abandoned. So you'll be able to decide a lot of workflows, automate those workflows also based on those things. The functionality is pretty comprehensive. We make sure that all those workflows are addressed. If people are there are round robin related workflows, you can also do based on distribution weightages. If there are new members, you can assign little smaller weightage to them. More experienced people can get higher weightage. Or if sometimes maybe there is not equal distribution, you can also go and manually override these assignments as well. So it's pretty comprehensive functionality. So if you're using any one of the existing scheduling and lead routing tool, definitely do consider. You will see that Avoma will address a lot of your workflows and will help you save time and money by integrating into just one tool itself. Now that's really how this booking engagement starts and how your buyers are going to engage with you. Once they engage with you, now this is where AI meeting assistant comes in. Now people will meet with your buyers with video conferencing tools, any Zoom, Google Meets. We integrate with pretty much almost every single video conferencing tool. Now, this is where we will start helping you throughout your entire meeting's life cycle. Things from the before the meeting, during the meeting, and after the meeting workflow. I'm going to talk about only few workflows, not probably every single workflow. First and foremost, let's talk about just getting the automatic recording for every single conversation. Now, this is the bare bone of Avoma, how it works in terms of simple functionality where it automatically records calls, videos with high quality, and it also gives you real-time transcript. We work with pretty much 50 different languages in transcription, very high quality transcription, so you can go and see the full conversation as well. We analyze all these conversations, what different topics are being discussed, all of that stuff. But most importantly, our key functionality is our custom AI generated notes. Now, this is where Avoma shines the most than most of the other tools that you might have seen. Every single call is pretty unique. In Avoma's land, maybe your discovery calls are different than the demo calls and even the pricing and negotiation. And not only that, you're just doing the customer facing meetings, but you're probably also doing internal meetings, maybe pipeline review meetings. You're probably also doing interviews and you're hiring new candidates. You want assistant to be taking notes based on different contexts of the conversation, and that's where Avoma shines the best. It will have a functionality where you can have different templates for different types of calls. We will automatically detect those things and extract the notes and organize these notes in a bullet format so that you don't have to go and manually edit everything. If you still want to manually edit, you can also do it. So essentially think about Avoma as your, it will give you the first draft, and then you can go and edit these things later on also. We are seeing people are saving roughly around 10 to 15 kind of minutes per meeting if they're taking manual notes based on the kind of detailed notes that Avoma extracts. But getting the notes is just one part of it. Typically, you will have, let's say you still have some questions that Avoma did not extract. That's when our Copilot comes in play. Now, this is another functionality where you can go and ask questions to bot, and it will answer your questions for any additional information that Avoma did not extract. So this is again comes very handy if you want to quickly catch up on some important points that you missed. You can always go back and ask any question. Now, this is working at the meeting level, but also it works across all your meetings and calls across deals as well. So you can also ask questions across entire deal, and it will also analyze your emails and meetings, and it will answer the right information. But let's say getting information is one thing. At the end of the day, you want to follow up promptly. This is where Avoma's AI will also help you to automatically generate follow up emails and also send that information back to your CRM. And not just on only logging the call saying that, okay, the call happened. What we will do, we will capture this information and also automate your CRM properties. Maybe you're following any medic methodology or spice methodology. So you can imagine that Avoma updating all these properties at the field level in your CRM object. Again, we integrate with Salesforce, HubSpot, pretty much leading other CRMs as well. So this is how we try to automate the workflow and help your sellers and customer success people to be consistent throughout the process of in taking the notes and then sending follow-ups as well. Now the other side of the coin. What about the leaders? What about the managers? They want to get visibility into these conversations. They want to coach them, but they don't have time to go and review every single call. That's where Avoma's automatic AI scorecard functionality comes in handy. What we do here that, again, you might have any sales methodologies that you're following or any framework that custom frameworks that you're following, and you're expecting your salespeople and customer success people to follow certain process or certain specific call flow. So you can automate reviewing these calls and scoring these calls based on some custom scorecards elsewhere. What the AI does, Avoma's AI goes ahead and listens to every single call, and it reviews and automatically scores every single thing. And it will even give you the reason that why we are giving you 4 reason or 3 score or 2 score as well. And then you can focus on the scores that are low score, and again try to provide personalized feedback to the rep rather than wasting your time and listening to every single thing. Find the calls that are scored low or the questions that are scored low, and then only focus on those areas. This way, rather
I
than
think
only
it,
listening 1 or 2% of the calls, you can listen to every single thing.
I think we are out of time. This has been fantastic.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. That was Avoma for you, everybody. Now it's time for Tiger Eye up next, and I will see you.